This video is about the direction and vision of the Yoga with Melissa channel as we move into our 10-year anniversary on YouTube, as well as about the specifics for July of 2019. So don't worry, I'm still going to teach you yin yoga, restorative yoga, yin yang yoga, and yoga nidra or sleep yoga. And I'm still going to teach yoga that you can do, yoga that's meaningful to your whole being, and it's not just physical exercise, but something that's going to touch your mind, your emotional body, your energetic body, and your whole spiritual being. I'm going to be finishing up the Yoga for Highly Sensitive People series with a yin-yang yoga class for the Heart Protector Meridian and the Triple Heart Warmer Meridian. I know you've loved that series, but I feel for now it's complete. And of course, because this is video, you can go back and do any of those classes at any time, and I absolutely encourage you to do that. Now, September of 2019 marks my 10-year anniversary on YouTube, and as I approach the 10-year anniversary of Yoga with Melissa on YouTube, I've taken some time to really pause and reflect on where I've been and where I'm going. Now, I've always had a vision to teach real yoga for real people. That is yoga that people can do, yoga that's meaningful beyond the exhibitionist shapes that might make a good Instagram photo. And I want us to be healthy physically so that we are also whole mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. I want to continue to do that for decades to come. A lot of things about the way yoga is presented on YouTube and through social media channels from Facebook to Instagram has greatly disheartened me in the last decade. To me, yoga is a deeply personal and interpersonal practice that cares for the human spirit, the planet, and the well-being and happiness for all beings. The way yoga often gets performed to build one's own sense of pride and vanity really discourages me. In addition, the content treadmill of YouTube that bullies content creators into keeping up or being left behind has also left me exhausted and burned out. I say this to let you know that some things will be changing on Yoga with Melissa over the next few months as we enter into our second decade on YouTube. So we will be doing less and we will be doing more. So let's start with the less. I'm going to be taking planned time off. You may have noticed that I have taken a couple of weeks off over the last month. Now, some of that was actually planned and some of that was not. The unplanned time was because of exhaustion that led to illness. The planned time was because I believe no human being can keep going inexhaustibly and should not have to. So I will be taking at least 2 weeks off in the summer, in the autumn at Thanksgiving, in the winter at Christmas, and in the spring. And there will be no pre-recorded content. It will just be time off with no videos. Tim and I are a solo partnership. Together we do all of the content planning, filming, editing, marketing, and social media to keep this channel going. It's a lot of work for two people. And taking time off is how I envision our relationship being sustainable in the next decade. This will give us time to recharge our batteries and to be better human beings. And it will also give Tim and I time to be simply a married couple. Now, for the more, I'm deeply committed to offering you meaningful yoga for your whole being, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. So I'm going to be adding a second short video to this channel each week focused on breath or pranayama. My intention with these videos is to move through various breath practice in a deep and focused way so that it is not just information, but a practice that we can engage in together here. So we'll focus on breath for sleep, breath for healing, breath for digestion, breath for anxiety. However, we're going to do this in a very focused way. We'll start with one breath technique and explore it thoroughly and in its entirety over a long period of time. As for Friday 1 hour yoga videos, I'm going to be starting a new series called Yoga for Attention Overwhelm. It is specifically designed to soothe our overstimulated minds and nervous systems in the attention economy. So as I was saying, we're immersed in a social economy that manipulates, exploits, and constantly vies for attention. We're distracted with unfulfilling content. Social media platforms from YouTube to Facebook to Instagram go to extremes, and the most exhibitionist yoga gets your attention. Now, I don't want any part of that. I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want to manipulate you. I don't want to fragment your attention. That's not what I want at all. The video that I have made over the last little while that I am most proud of was living the Lojong slogan, or 30 days for 30 days on my secondary channel, and I'll put a card to that above. And I want to do more things like this, long, in-depth focus for all of you. So starting in the month of July, we begin a new series on yoga for attention overwhelm. Now, speaking of in-depth, long-term focus in our membership community, we're focusing on the 5 bhavas in July. We're spending time with a series of videos that explores each bhava, or attitude of devotion. And I'm asking our members to choose one of those attitudes of devotion, either peace, friendliness, service, maternal love, or the attitude of a lover or sweetheart, to offer to themselves for the month. And in the community, you have our daily yoga connection with videos for each day of the week and support from our community every day to help you do that. Now, I'm not going to beg you to join. I'm only looking for community members who are actually dedicated to committing to their practice in a more meaningful and in-depth way. So if this resonates with you, then we're here as a community to support you in going deeper in our community and going deeper with yoga. Now, I would like to offer all of you here on YouTube who would like the opportunity to make a meaningful difference through your yoga, a way that we can do that as a community here on YouTube as well. A way that we can support this beautiful planet that we live on, and a way that we can support the well-being of all. So I'm going to share with you a story of where this mission for our yoga community, our channel, came from. This past month, I felt guided to focus intensely on the practices of somatic descent as offered by Reggie Ray. I dove into them deeply and followed all the practices and Dharma talks as part of my daily meditation and contemplation practice. So somatic descent is a practice of Vajrayana Buddhism, where we develop the capacity to listen to and follow the wisdom of our body. And during several of the practices, I have felt immersed in an ocean of love, and was also reminded of the name I was given when I took the Bodhisattva vows almost a year ago now. Ocean of Unconditional Offering. That was my vow name. Now, at this time, I feel guided to reignite the spark of inspiration in our hearts of all of you beautiful yogis that watch this channel, that we know that yoga is all about more than our own personal gain, that we practice for the benefit of all beings. Like we say at the end of our yoga videos, may all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of our own lives contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So I want to reignite that vision. And I feel inspired to offer us a collective yogathon each month called Ocean of Love Yogathon. Through it, I will encourage each one of you to commit to a specific yoga series. This month, I encourage you to practice the Hanuman series. And I'll put a link to the Hanuman series up here. The Hanuman series is very much about the yoga of service, and I'm going to recommend that you sponsor yourself $1 a class, which is $12 for the Hanuman series, and then donate that $12 to oceana.org. This is a small way that your yoga practice can become about more than just you. I spent a lot of time researching organizations, and no doubt I'll receive some criticism for my choice, but I feel that if we can save our oceans, we can save our forests, and then we can save our world. And it's an international organization with a great reputation. And additionally, if you can't afford to sponsor yourself $1 a class, then there are other ways of getting involved with Oceana, such as signing online petitions in each individual country. So I'll be sharing more about that. And definitely check out oceana.org. Through my practice with somatic descent meditation, I have also received clarity about my own personal practice and in turn how I offer the teachings of yoga to you. So let me share that story with you now. During another particular session, what was revealed to me was undeniable clarity and a snake skin that had been shed. And this vision was incredibly significant to me at this time because it signified that I was entering into a new phase of being with certainty and shedding old ways of being. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you right now is because it has a significant relevance to my teaching and teaching you. So the shedding of the old skin and letting go of old ways of being was letting go of the need to be bigger and instead focusing on being better. So quality over quantity, in other words. It was also letting go of needing external validation and training and trusting my own practice and study and experience. And I had previously been searching out ways to receive new training, and the costs were exorbitant. Not only that, but I kept coming up against roadblocks with the training in terms of my perception of the integrity behind the intentions of why the trainings were being offered in the first place. I would look into them, and then in the end, they would either kind of lose their energetic resonance. So I realized that I actually have my own capacity to study and learn and teach that I can trust. All of this to say that this is something I have been doing since 2002 when I became a yoga teacher, in September of 2009 here on YouTube, and November of 2011 in our membership community. So in this moment, I just really want to reinstate my intention and my aspiration to share with you the knowledge that I learn in all of my yoga classes. I don't hold back, I won't hold back, and I do not save the knowledge for some expensive teacher training program. I never have, and I never will. So if you want some more structure around the teachings and you want to study with me more closely and personally, then you can do that more in a more one-on-one way with the support of a Sangha for the cost of a drop-in yoga class studio per month in our membership community. For those of you who have kindly asked, your generosity in becoming a member or donating is how you can support Tim and I in earning a living wage so that we can share the teachings here on YouTube for many years to come. However, it is my promise to you that in each yoga video here, whether here or in our community, I will share with you the depth of my knowledge with no holding back. And I really feel that this is right action and being in right relation with you as my students. This is a part of real yoga for real people and making yoga available for all. And you don't have to expend go to some expensive teacher training program to get the goods. I offer them to you here every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific in our 1-hour yoga classes, on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific with our breathing videos, and you can always get that here. Namaste.